In this episode, we're talking big brakes, big wheels and tyres, and big mods for the 79 Series Super Tourer. Let's get into it. Now, before I dive straight in and start talking about this, I'll preface this video by saying I was hoping to have had this filmed, edited, and uploaded before taking off on our little travel series of Australia, but hey, life gets in the way. So here we are at one of our gorgeous campsites a couple weeks into the trip. We got the dogs, Ree's on the other side of the car, and I figured it was finally time to show you guys all the big gear we put on this car right at the end of the prep to get it ready for the trip. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't need to hear that the last 10% of any build is pretty much always the bit that takes the longest, and that was definitely the case with the 79, but we can finally show you the finishing touches. So let's run you through them. I'm genuinely unsure as to what order we ended up actually filming and getting all the mods done with the car because it was such a blur. Some were done in Queensland, some were in Brisbane, some were on the Gold Coast, some were in Sydney, some were outside of Sydney. It has been absolutely chaos, a whirlwind if you will, but we got there in the end. So in this segment, I reckon we're going to talk about wheels and tyres. We're going to head over to Buds. They hooked us up with a set of rims, and Maxxis hooked us up with these tyres. So let's go visit the guys. The wrap's on, the suspension's in, and now it's time for wheels and tyres. I personally think wheels and tyres are kind of like the icing on the cake. The last piece of the puzzle, heck, even your favourite porn star getting a boob job, it just sort of completes it. We're here at Buds Tyres in Burleigh to rip those wheels and tyres off the 79 and put some shiny, blingy big boys on. So let's pull in and have a look. To quickly chat to you guys about a Maxxis initiative that they've just told me about, and I am super pumped to show you guys and tell you guys about. It's the Maxxis Max Coverage Program, and it is basically a form of Maxxis tyres having your back. They know that A, they've got a fantastic product, but despite that, buying tyres and choosing tyres is a difficult task. But the Max Coverage Program is super sick. Basically, Maxxis are going to have your back when you buy a set of 4 or more tyres. You pay the $15 per tyre max coverage fee and you register your purchase online. Basically, what that's going to give you is 2 years of trouble-free tyre ownership. If you get a tyre stake through it in 18 months' time, if one has a blowout, if something terrible happens, you get a puncture or anything like that, Maxxis, with the max coverage guarantee, are going to either repair that tyre, and if it's beyond repair, they'll replace it completely free of charge anywhere in Australia. If you want to find out anything more about the Max Coverage Program, which I think is a super sick initiative, click this link, check it out, or speak to your local Maxxis dealer. They'll be able to run you through everything and chat to you. But it's cool to see a brand like Maxxis really doing the best they can to have our back, because obviously you don't want to invest heaps of money in tyres and not have that peace of mind guaranteed. So much nicer. Now, we didn't bother going with spaces on the back because legality, but just have a look at this thing. It's going to drive phenomenally. Well, a huge thanks to Buds Tyres and the team at Maxxis. They hooked it up, and as you can see, straight to the dirt. We are giving this thing some serious abuse. I reckon since we fitted these up, we've already done over 10,000 Ks. Some of it on-road, some of it off-road. We're absolutely loving it. You guys seem to be loving the rims, so drop a comment if you've seen the Fuel Zephyrs on a 79 before, because I personally haven't. Now, Automotive Superstore, long-time supporters of the channel, they hooked us up with a whole bunch of stuff. So let's jump to the front of the 79 and have a little squiz. All right, so in this part of the episode, we're going to be talking about some of the really big major modifications we made to the 79 that lifted it from a 7 out of 10 to what I think is a 10 out of 10. Now, we've got a whole bunch of footage from Automotive Superstore throughout the installation process, but let's run you through it quickly here. For starters, you'll see we've got the brand new, at the time, unreleased Lightforce Beast LED driving lights. These things were insane to get my hands on before anyone else. I got to touch them, feel them, and install them before they were even released. It was sick. We also fitted some LED work lights up the back of the canopy, and while we were there with Automotive Superstore, we actually sound deadened the entire car, which, if you own a 79 and you haven't sound deadened it, you're a fucking idiot, because it made the world of difference. Then we went and saw our friends of Automotive Superstores to upgrade the brakes, because let's be honest, this thing is not a light car, and the factory brakes in the machine. So we went, partnered up with the guys and fitted a full Bendix brake upgrade kit, rotors, lines, brake fluid, pads, and the dual diaphragm booster. You'll see all that now. Roll the tape. Okay, so to kick things off today, we are swapping out these guys up the back of the 79 series. Now, when Rihanna bought the car, these were already fitted up there. These are just some relatively old and outdated Hella work lights. What we're going to be putting on is these. These are from Lightforce. These are the Rock 40 LED floodlights, work lights, spread lights, whatever you want to call them. They're super sick. They're a 40 watt LED, as you can see in there. They look super compact. They're built phenomenally well. Super tough and durable. Staunch as bracket. Deutsch plug connector, which is going to be waterproof. They're IP69 cred rated. They're over, under, and reverse polarity protected. They are going to be the perfect addition to the back of this car to go with the Lightforce lights that we're putting on the front of this thing. So I think in terms of an updated look, these are going to do exactly what we want them to do. Okay, so this is the most exciting thing I will probably be doing today. Unboxing the new Beast LED driving lights from Lightforce. Now, these are sick for a number of reasons. I'm going to start pulling them out of the box while I talk to you about them. Now, I'm not going to bang off and talk about all the, you know, super in detail tech specs that you probably don't care about, because what you really want to care about is the basic stuff and how they look. So, for starters, have a look at those. These are awesome. Made in Australia, 5-year warranty. 3 different LED driving light modes, so you're basically getting 3 lights for the price of 1. You've got spread, spot, and beast, all selectable from a switch in the cab. They're going to give you light up to 1,497 meters down the road. They've got this super sick bash plate on the back. They've got a powder coated aluminium cast housing, 230mm frame size, 36 Osram LEDs. Like, they're just, Lightforce have gone to town. Integrated daytime running lights. You can get black covers for them. You've got a reversible bracket on the bottom, so it's going to fit everything. This is something I'm really proud to be fitting to the front of this 79 series, and I can't wait to get a set for the 80 as well. I mentioned before, the bracket on the bottom is reversible, which is great because that's exactly what I need to do. Because of that big tube ARB bar, they don't quite clear the top. So by flipping that bracket, it's going to push the actual light forward and going to give us the space that we need. So I'm about to do that now. So you can see now, that's going to bolt a little bit further back behind the light. So it's going to push the light forward, and we should be Mickey Mouse. Also very easy, literally just a 17mm on the side of these bad boys. And you go ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, so what we have here is a solution to one of the biggest problems 70 series face, and that is sound deadening. Now, these things are agricultural, industrial, and pretty darn terrible. They sound like a tuna can traveling down the highway, and we had to do something about that before the lap because we're going to be spending a lot of time in this car. So we reached out to Automotive Superstore and they came through with the goods. This right here is the Morel sound deadening kit, or Morel sound deadening kit. And it's a sick product. Now, unlike some other brands out there where you have to buy a number of different stages or a number of different kits to get the full effect, Morel actually has a quad layer design straight out of the bat. So what we have here is the AccuDamp 345.5, which is 4.5mm thick, and it's going to be perfect for the entire floor of the vehicle. We also have the AccuDamp 227.8, which is 2.7mm or 2.8mm. And we're going to be using that in the rear wall and all the doors. Now, the reason we're doing this isn't just for sound, although it is going to make a massive difference. We're trying to cut out the wind noise. We're trying to improve the acoustic properties of the vehicle and the speakers that we've got in the car. But there's also thermal insulation properties in the Morel kit, which is going to help keep heat out of the vehicle. So we're going to be traveling with dogs, so keeping the cab as cool as possible is going to be important, but also keeping the heat from the engine, the exhaust, all that sort of thing out of the cab is really important for the efficiency of the aircon. So this is going to be perfect, especially using that thicker quad layer kit on the floor. It's going to work absolute wonders. Also, that's the chief not doing work officer. All right, it's another day here at LSAS. Big 79 is behind me. It is coming together really quickly. The sound deadening from Morel is in. We actually did 2 layers on the doors, which is sick. The floor, the rear wall. We've also got a big brake kit from the team at Bendix from Automotive Superstore. So we're upgrading the front, the rear brakes, and also the booster on this car. But we're taking that to the mechanics tomorrow to fit. So this thing really is getting the overhaul at the moment. Love it. You know 79 series, then you know how garbage and basically the brakes are. They barely stop even when they're factory, let alone when you load them up with a heap of accessories. So that is what we're here to address now. We've got a front upgrade kit, which is going to be rotors, pads, braided lines, upgraded fluid, and the kit comes with a whole bunch of other goodies. We've got a rear kit, which is also upgraded rotors and pads. We've also got the Bendix dual diaphragm booster. We're down here at John Scott Motors. They are chucking everything in the car for us. Let's jump inside here. We'll start fitting everything up. I think we timed this upgrade pretty well. The rear has no slotted rotors. The front did already have a set of slotted rotors on there, but Bendix is the way. But these rear pads, I don't know if you can see, but they are glazed, they're shiny. This thing's been getting hot in the rear braking department, and so they're pretty much out of meat. Good time to upgrade. And I think these heavy duty ultimate pads and the slotted rotors are going to be phenomenal in the back of this thing, plus braided lines. Sick. I feel like I'm basically bringing you guys into my house at the moment because Ree's in her pajamas, the dogs have had dinner, and the camp is set up, but there's one other company that helped us out with a whole bunch of little bits and pieces, and that was the Cruiser store. Now, they gave us a stack of gear. We ended up spending about $500 with them and getting just little bits and pieces. We got a gas strut kit for the front, which we haven't yet installed. We got these black weather shields because obviously we're traveling with the dogs, so we can crack all the windows. They're sleeping in the back of the car with the windows cracked, but you can't tell from the outside because the weather shields, which is really cool. Obviously, safety is absolutely paramount, so we ordered a set of these rated front recovery points, which you can see out in the red. They were a super simple installation, and it's one of those modifications where if I came across you in the bush and you needed recovering and you didn't have rated recovery points, chances are I'm not going to help you because I don't want a tie down point or a shackle through my windscreen and into my skull. So that was an absolutely essential item. We've got a couple of other bits and pieces from those guys as well, which we're going to be fitting up over the next few weeks when we get a spare moment. Another episode that's coming in the future is going to be how we've set up this entire car. It is pretty unique to a lot of people that are traveling because we have got the not so luxurious task of taking Ree and I's dogs. I've got a 55 kilo Rottweiler named Zeus, and Ree has got a hyperactive border collie named Penny, and together, well, it's in chaos, but that's okay. We love them. Anyway, that's sort of been what life's been like over the past couple of weeks. It's been insane. Getting this 79 series ready for the trip was no easy feat, and a massive thanks to all our sponsors. One thing that I will say that has been extremely helpful on this trip so far, as a little sneak peek, is I brought some Chemical Guys stuff. Now, I know this probably sounds like an ad, but it's not. We've got their interior cleaner and their glass cleaner, and that's important because we've got 2 dogs. The interior cleaner is keeping the back seats alive because we don't have seat covers. I know, it's stupid. And the glass cleaner is good because they slobber, they drool, they spit, and they cough and sneeze saliva all over the rear windows, and it's disgusting. So, combined with all that stuff together, you have a winning combination. Building this car has been super sick. You would have just seen the 80 series take on Morton. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We've got a stack more exciting stuff coming up, including some Glasshouse Mountains abuse with the Landcruisers too. If you have any questions about this setup, drop a comment in this video, let me know. And yeah, appreciate the support, guys. If you see us on the road, hit us up. We've got a stack of free stickers in the car as well. So genuinely, if you do hit us up, expect a free sticker. Zeus and I would love to say g'day. And Ree and Penny. Mostly Zeus and I. Anyway, uru.